Welcome back to my channel. Today I will be reviewing Star Wars set number 7146, which includes a TIE fighter and a service station. This set was released in 2001 and surprisingly was the very first LEGO TIE fighter ever made, which is kind of shocking since it took LEGO 3 years to finally release it. The set itself has 143 pieces for the TIE fighter, plus another 17 pieces for the service station. Let's start with the service station. Its faction is the Galactic Empire. The designation here is structure, making it the very first structure I've reviewed so far. As for the manufacturer, that's unknown, since most service stations like this are usually tied to Star Destroyers or other capital ships. We actually see a similar inverted style of docking system in Andor, where TIEs are suspended from their service racks. For strength, it weighs 26 grams, which translates into a strength rating of 3. How I measure defense rating for structures is how much cover a build provides to minifigures. It will make more sense once I rate a larger structure, but in this case, the small stand doesn't provide any defense, so its rating is 0. For cargo rating, I look at if the set comes equipped with any significant cargo items. In this case, I'm going to give it a cargo rating of 1 since it has a fuel canister on the bottom. For structures, I've swapped out the speed rating for technology rating instead, which measures how much technological benefit the build provides. In this case, the service station only really offers fuel and a place to dock the TIE. Because of that, I gave it a technology rating of 2. It doesn't have any weapons, so it has a 0 weapons rating. In total, it has a power rating of 6. Now let's move on to the TIE LN fighter. The faction is the Galactic Empire, the designation is space, and the manufacturer is Cinar Fleet Systems, the same manufacturer behind vehicles like the Sentinel-class landing craft, the Interdictor cruiser, and even the stealth corvette used by Anakin in the Clone Wars. Just as the X-Wing was the backbone of the Rebel Alliance, the TIE Fighter was the backbone of the Imperial Starfighter Corps. They were fast and maneuverable and produced in massive numbers, so that they could overwhelm the Rebel pilots with sheer quantity and agility. A neat little detail in this model is the blue translucent dish at the back of the cockpit. This actually represents the rear viewport. When I was younger, I thought it was meant to be the engine exhaust, but the engines are actually shown by the 2 red translucent studs on either side, which is completely accurate to the on-screen design. Now let's get into the ratings. This is still the lightest TIE fighter LEGO has ever made, if we don't count the 4 Plus and the mini versions. At just 227 grams, it has a strength rating of 23, about 5 points lower than the X-Wing I reviewed in the last video. One of the biggest differences between the two ships, though, is shielding. The Empire designed TIEs to be as cheap and quick to produce as possible, so the standard TIE fighter doesn't carry any shields at all, oftentimes seen being destroyed by crashing into other TIE fighters or objects. Because of this, its defense rating comes in at 0. The next category is cargo. There's only room for a single pilot in this model, and no other storage of any kind. For this reason, the cargo rating is 2. Next is the speed rating. TIE fighters have SFS PS4 twin ion engines that have a top speed of 100 megalights an hour. This makes it tied with both the Naboo Starfighter and the X-Wing for sublight speed. It's safe to say that 100 megalights per hour is a pretty good standard baseline speed for starfighters. However, TIE fighters don't have any hyperdrive, meaning it has to be ferried from planet to planet on a carrier ship. The total speed rating comes out to be 20, which is significantly less than the X-Wing's 52 speed rating. The final category analyzes the weapons. This model comes equipped with 2 LS-1 laser cannons at the front of the cockpit, represented here by the two translucent red studs. Though it's a little strange since TIEs fire green lasers, but later models do fix this small detail. Both cannons fire at the same time, designed to deliver double the damage with every hit. With just these two cannons, the weapon's rating comes in at 40. So in conclusion, strength was 23, defense was 0, cargo 2, speed 20, and weapons 40, giving the TIE Fighter a total vehicle power of 85. This makes the X-Wing nearly 3 times as powerful as the TIE Fighter. In total, the Empire is on the board now with a power of 91. Finally, let's look at my collection power so far. I personally own just one of this set, complete with both TIE Fighter and Service Station, which brings my total collection power to 579. The Rebel Alliance is still the dominant faction in my collection so far, but we'll see how long that lasts. Comment down below how many of these TIE Fighters and Service Stations you own, and what your total collection power is so far. Also, be sure to check out my website, lukebrickwalker.com, to quickly get caught up on all my rankings so far. Thank you for watching, and may the Force be with you.